ODM keen on retaining the seat. Remember, in 2013, Joseph Nkaiseri won this seat on an ODM ticket, but Joseph Nkaiseri has since been, if you like, poached to the government by President Uhuru Kenyatta. He's now the Interior Affairs Cabinet Secretary. And on the other hand, the Jubilee Alliance Party team has been out and about, of course, not conducting rallies, but going door to door to maximize their search for votes across the constituency. Remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta was here earlier in the week, and his being here, of course, signifying how important that the contest is to the Jubilee team. Remember, the Jubilee Alliance Party, this is the first political activity it is engaging in, as it were, since it was formed about 60 days ago. And so they are keen on making sure that at least they get this seat on Monday. But the 39,000 registered voters here in Kajiado Central constituency will have the final say on Monday when they cast their ballot. Back to you, Ann Kiguta.
All right, thank you, Gashuri, for that report. Again, as I mentioned, I'm joined by all three candidates who will be taking part in that race slated for Monday. And of course, there is also a live studio audience who will get the opportunity to ask their questions to the candidates here. You could get in touch with us at Citizen TV Kenya and at Citizen TV News. That's on Twitter, and of course on Facebook. We go by the respective names. And you could also reach out to us on SMS 22422. That is our text line. Gentlemen, I want to start with each one of you on this note that for an area, Kajiado Central, being so close to the capital, Nairobi, one would expect that with a relatively good infrastructure network leading to the capital from this area, that we would see a lot more economic development that is quote-unquote modern. What is your take on the state of Kajiado Central? I'll start with you, sir.
Yeah, my take on Kajiado Central is that as much as we are talking about good infrastructure, which is primarily the Great North Road, the reality is the network connecting the interior is not as good as one would wish. So there are those challenges of the road network, poor infrastructure. We even have situations where during the rainy season will not be able to be accessed because of lack of bridges and the road network. And you believe that has affected economic activity? Yes, it has significantly. I believe that. All right, Memusi, your thoughts?
Yeah, thank you, Anne. The road network is a challenge in Kajiado Central, and this has been a problem from days of independence. We do not have in Kajiado Central a single road that is tarmacked. This has really affected this place economically. Whatever ideas or businesses that can be done inside the rural areas become a challenge. So a road network is a challenge, and one of the things that need to be done is as the county government has been devolved, this we need bridges for connecting major rivers. We need a few tarmac roads, main roads, because this will really boost the economic activities in the rural areas.
And modernize it.
Yes.
Kashuma, let me come to you. Is there for you something outside of infrastructure that is top of mind that has stifled the economy of the area?
One, our people depend on livestock. And if you talk of economic, that is the main economical factor for our people. And if you talk about roads, interior roads are not all that way good, but I want to add the county government plus the proper management of the CDF money to be used well to connect our people to their interior, so that even business people can transport their good in the best time as possible.
Okay.
Yes.
So you believe that would also modernize the economy from herding of livestock, etc. And we'll get back to that a little later. I know one of our audience members has a question on that, but I want to talk about healthcare, because that is another issue that many residents here have said remains a challenge, despite the fact that this is a pretty rich economy compared to other parts of the country. What are your thoughts on the state of healthcare, and specifically, what is it that you would do to change that? Let's start with you.
Healthcare quite a challenge all over. It is a devolved part of the devolved system in government, and it's a responsibility of the county government to deal with that. However, when we have been running around the constituency, quite a number of health centers are not even operating, although they've been established. Doctors are not there, medicine is not there, although the infrastructure is there. And a number of it was developed during some time back during Mheshimiwa Kibaki's period. But unfortunately, they lack the essential services for it to operate. So that it is a county government that needs to do something about that.
Okay.
Because that is a devolved function for the county government.
Right. Elijah Milita is a member of the audience and he's here with us. And Elijah, I know your question surrounds health. And as you've heard, at least from Tutui here, his view is that belongs to the county government. Is that an answer that satisfies you?
Not really, because as you understand that if you're elected as an MP, what measure can you take? Like you push the health sector to improve, like the standard, like people are sharing beds, like women are sharing bed with their kids in one bed. You are told to go and buy drugs in town. So the clinics in this town are getting more money, because you find a vulnerable person will come to the hospital, you're told no drugs here, so you're told to go to a clinic or a chemist to buy drugs. Another thing, the women, when getting delivery, they go to Fatima Hospital in Rongai, St. Mary's in Nairobi, Kenyatta Hospital, because here sometimes there's no water, there's no bed.
And the residents here will tell you electricity is actually a major issue here. Our apologies again, and we're glad to be back. I want to head straight back to Elijah Melita, who of course is an audience member. He's from, I believe it's Idmat, is it? Ildamat area. Thank you. Please go ahead with your question on health.
Mine was just on the health, and I wanted just to respond to aspirant MP who said that this issue of health is just for devolved only. No. Right. I want just to say that if you are a leader and elected today, you need to be a proactive leader, so that you make sure your cry is heard to your wananchi who elected you. Like, for example, in this district hospital, people are sharing bed. And also, when you find in the maternity, people are delivering today in Fatima Hospital, St. Mary's, Nairobi, Kenyatta Hospital, because the maternity facility here is very small. It cannot fit everyone here in Kajiado. And also, the drugs are shortage. So, as a leader, if you're elected next week, what can you do to make sure that we get that health improvement and the standard that are needed in the county?
Thank you, sir. Tutui, let's start with you, and then we'll go to the rest of the panel.
Thank you for the question and comments. The reality is we have a serious problem as far as the health sector is concerned. I know it is a devolved function for real, and I know it will be my duty as an elected MP to champion for the good and the rights of the people in Kajiado Central, and that will be a matter that will be taken up based on the functions of the Member of Parliament, or the functions of a Member of Parliament. And that is something that we'll address through established systems such as the Parliament on its own. But it's also something that we can also address through the duty holder. And the duty holder is the governor and his government.
All right, Memusi, what would you do proactively as a Member of Parliament?
Thank you, Anne. I think let me start by saying the challenge that Kenyans face, the unique, the challenges that are faced by Kajiado Central residents are not unique to Kajiado residents. Mm-hmm. It is a problem that Kenyans all over are facing, and I think the biggest challenge is on the goodwill of leaders. If my competitor here says that healthcare is a devolved function, yes it is, but as a leader you must think outside the box.
What's your outside the box thinking?
My outside the box is there's human resource out there that you can appeal. People can come and volunteer as health workers Yeah, you just need to highlight the problem for the world to see. If you go to these rural clinics, and it's there. I went to a clinic that there were no beds. Yeah, we had to appeal to people and beds were donated. That was my plight, and people donated.
And you believe appealing to goodwill would be sufficient contribution?
First, that is a step, and also bringing it to Parliament is also something that a leader should do, is what I will do as if elected a leader.
All right.
Yes.
Health is a problem all over, but since if I'm elected as a member of Parliament, CDF is the money that is controlled by the member of Parliament. I will allocate some money from that to improve the health sector.
All right. I want to, just before we wind up on health, bring up the question of health and culture. And one thing that this county is unfortunately known for in this constituency specifically would be FGM, female genital mutilation, and early child marriage. And it seems even in the presence of a law that residents, on occasion, even women themselves have come out to defend FGM, which we all know is a retrogressive, I beg your pardon, practice. What specific action would you take as would-be members of Parliament to protect the girl child in this community?
My take is that because I believe I'll be elected on Monday as the Member of Parliament, my take would be very simple. I believe in education and sensitization of the people. Laws may not as much change the people as when you use education. Progressive change in the society, in the people's culture, in retrogressive cultures, I believe will be controlled by education. And education of the girl child, education of the boy child will be a big step in fighting FGM and early marriages.
Memusi?
I tend to agree with my competitor, only that I don't agree that he'll be elected on Monday. But on the issue of FGM, the issue is bringing out role models as girls. A Maasai's
right.
A Maasai child who is in the interior out there needs to be shown that there is a role model, a Maasai girl who has succeeded as a doctor, who has succeeded as a pilot. We need to bring out, as education, we need to bring out role models for these girls to see that this retrogressive practice will not take them anywhere. So yes, education will help, but also bringing in the issue of role models for them to see that there is somewhere that we are going. Yeah, that I think will really help.
Nkashua.
One, you're impressed on educational campaign. Our culture is good, but not everything that is good in our culture. We have come from far, and we have to leave what is bad and pick what is good. Early marriage for children, that is one thing that we have to emphasize, that education is right to a boy child, and to a girl child.
Yeah.
That is, I think, the most important thing.
All right. I want to quickly move on to the question of land ownership, which is an emotive issue in this area, further complicated by the fact that you have a significant number of migratory population, if you like. Very briefly, because we do also have a question from an audience member on the same, tell me what your understanding of the land issues are in this constituency and how you intend to address them. I'll start with you, Tutui.
We lack education. We lack understanding that the land is actually a very serious asset, and not just to the people who own it, but to the entire community. So what I believe in is that our people need to be educated, they need to be sensitized, they need to understand that land is an economic tool rather than just some piece of asset. So that is the direction I would believe that we need to educate them in. Two, the issue of land control boards, the issue of land control boards have been a major issue. that also needs to be addressed holistically. So in total, the land challenges that we have must be addressed holistically.
What specifically would you do in terms of helping people, one, acquire titles, and two, respecting the fact that economic transactions have taken place between perhaps the host community and those who have migrated here? How would you enforce the sanctity of the title?
Number one, we must respect the very fact that some of the transactions that have taken place is based on a willing seller and willing buyer, and therefore the sanctity of the title must be respected. I believe it should be respected. We own group ranches which are continuously being subdivided. Members have been allocated their own parcels. Titles have been issued, and it is important that before the members are issued titles, there is a lot of education. I still believe that the new owners, or the owners of the group ranches, should know that land is actually an economic tool, more than just a simple asset of the society. Right. We are people who get land free. Mm-hmm. That free things are normally a bit of a challenge to people. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Memusi, your thoughts?
My thoughts on land. Land is quite a sensitive issue. Mm-hmm. That needs to be handled with a lot of care. Mm-hmm. We need to educate our people on economic activities that they will they will get value from their land. Because the challenge that we have for our people is that other than them herding or keeping livestock on that land, they don't see any other value that land holds for them. Mm-hmm. So first, before we get into addressing the issue of land, is we need to educate our people to see the economic value that they can get from their land.
And that would be the specific action that you would take?
Yes, I personally do farming, mm-hmm. and that is one area that if our people exploit, mm-hmm. they can see the value of their land.
All right, Nkashuma?
Land problem is the main and the greatest problem in Kajiado mm-hmm. Central. But one thing I want to tell our people, remember, land is a gift from God. Mm-hmm. Two, women should be educated about land that they are owners. Many lands that were sold, women were not aware. Mm-hmm. And I want, if I'm elected to be a leader, I will teach our people their right of having a land, because many lands are involved by top government officials, mm-hmm. very tycoons, mm-hmm. and the normal Mwananchi cannot have his own piece of land, because people who are manipulating those lands, those title deeds, are big people, and we need to face them the way we are.
And what specific action would you take if you were elected to then reverse land back to its rightful owners?
One, I will introduce procedures that before you sell a land, there are some procedures that you have to follow.
Such as?
One, both the whole family should be involved before the owner sells the land, because many lands are sold. At the end of the day, the whole family complain.
Okay. Yeah. Innocent Kato is a member of our audience, and he has a question on cohesion, which certainly has been affected by the land situation. Innocent, your question, please.
Thank you, Anne. My question goes to the aspirant, and this question is regard to the cohesion. As you know, this is one of the most cosmopolitan constituencies in this county.
Sir, if you could kindly speak up.
Sorry, Anne. I'm saying this is one of the most cosmopolitan constituencies in this county. On this regard to cohesion, we have different religions here and even different cultures. And I'd like to add to the aspirant here to give us a surety that our people within this constituency are going to live in harmony as usual when the former general, the current CS, the current Minister of Interior, used to, because there's normally harmony, and there used to be harmony and even peace. People are living in regards of political lines and regards of any culture that he come from.
All right, okay, thank you. Memusi, why don't I start with you for change?
Yeah, thank you. The number one priority for the people of Kajiado Central is peace. In 2007, when we had clashes in Kenya, Kajiado Central was not affected. So we know that that is a priority among our people. And that is why when I campaign, I've been telling them that I am the only candidate who can bring them together. I know on March 16th, on Monday, that irrespective of tribes, irrespective of where you come from, all voters, irrespective of their tribe, are going to vote for me, not looking at the party that I'm in. Kikuyus are going to vote for me, Merus are going to vote for me, all the tribes in Kajiado Central are going to vote for me.
I hear your confidence. I don't hear what specific action you will do to foster more cohesion.
Oh, definitely. When all tribes vote for you, then you know that you're elected leaders by all tribes. I know that I will bring them all together. I will involve them in projects that will bring them together. Women, youth. I will bring economic projects that will bring cohesion among all communities.
Kashuma, what's your take on cohesion and how would you foster it?
One, the three of us are doing a peaceful campaign. When I'm elected as a member of parliament for Kajiado Central, I will follow the footprint of General Nkaiseri. Peace is paramount, and without peace, there is no Kajiado Central. So peace must be number one in my agenda. We shall conduct a peaceful campaign. Election will be over on 16, and everybody will have his right to do his business, to carry on with their daily duties. Campaign will be over on 16, but we shall continue to remain as people for Kajiado Central.
All right, Tutui.
I believe in the Constitution, which provides for any citizen in this country to live in any part of this country, and therefore I will stand by that. Two, the policies of the Jubilee coalition are very, very clear as far as land ownership is concerned, as far as communities are concerned, where they live, and therefore I will ensure that we continue living in peace and harmony as we have always lived. I'm glad that my former competitor, Honorable General Nkaiseri, is now in charge of security. We'll work with him. We'll work with the government of the Jubilee government to ensure that peace in Kajiado Central is maintained and improved.
All right. I may just need to clarify for my viewers at home, if you are hearing a bit of an applause, etc., residents of Kajiado North have literally thronged this area because they're quite excited to see their would-be leaders here. So if you do hear an applause, it's coming from them. I want to focus on you, Memusi and Kashuma, a little bit, because your competitor here in the name of Tutui has had none less than the President of the Republic of Kenya campaigning for him. Do you feel a little disadvantaged or lonesome?
No, we don't. Personally, I don't. Actually, that is strengthening my campaign, because the fact that the president is coming to Kajiado to campaign for an individual, it shows that the government, Jubilee, is scared about this seat. The president is for us all. If he comes to Kajiado Central, if he comes to Kajiado Central, he needs to bring projects that benefit all residents from Kajiado Central, and not come and campaign for an individual.
Okay.
So the fact that the president is coming to Kajiado because of Tutui it shows that the Jubilee administration is scared about this seat, and that is why I'm confident that on March 16th, I'm taking this seat.
But Kashuma, for you, it's still...
This is so sad. Something is against us. I don't know what that is. But we thank Ann Kiguta for opinion quoting Kajiado Central, and of course we apologize for that. Remember, the Kajiado Central by-election is on Monday, that is next week, Monday 16th, tomorrow and Saturday before the campaigns close, midnight. On Sunday, during Citizen TV, of course, make sure you watch our bulletins to tell you how the campaigns will be looking like. Of course, this is the home stretch of the Kajiado Central by-election. Very interesting one to watch. So the by-election will be held on Monday. Well, thank you for watching Citizen Live at 9. I'm Hussein Mohammed on behalf of the team, including Ann Kiguta in Kajiado Central by-election. Thank you for watching and have a good night.